Here is your script. Let me walk you through something that fooled me for years, and it fools almost every man over 60 I talk to. You go to the doctor, you get your blood work back, and right there next to your blood sugar it says one word: normal. You exhale. You feel fine. You move on. But that single word on that single number may be hiding the exact thing that's quietly choking off your circulation, your energy, and your firmness down there. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you a real number you already have sitting in an old blood test, a number that tracks your blood flow far better than the one your doctor circled. Stay with me, because the part most men get wrong comes near the end. Now first, let me be honest with you. I'm not a doctor. I'm a men's health educator, and I've spent a lot of time reading the research so I can explain it to you the way a knowledgeable friend would over coffee. So treat this as general information, not medical advice. Deal? Good. Here's the core thing you have to understand, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Firmness and performance are, more than anything else, a blood flow event. When everything works the way it should, your blood vessels relax and open up, blood rushes in where it matters, and you get that morning strength and that reliable hardness. What makes those vessels open is a little molecule called nitric oxide. Think of nitric oxide as the key that unlocks the vessel walls so they can widen. No key, no opening, no flow. So what damages that system? This is where blood sugar walks in. When your blood sugar runs high, and I mean even mildly high, even in that gray pre-zone that still gets labeled almost normal, it slowly damages the delicate lining inside your blood vessels. That lining is called the endothelium, and the endothelium is the factory that makes your nitric oxide. Damage the factory, and you make less key, less opening, less flow. And here's the cruel little detail nobody tells you. The vessels that supply performance down there are small, much smaller than the ones around your heart. So when sugar starts quietly sanding away at your vessel lining, those small vessels show it first, years before your heart ever complains. Which means a change in your circulation below the belt isn't just a bedroom issue. Honestly, it's one of the earliest warning signs of your whole vascular health. It's the canary in the coal mine. Most men ignore the canary. You won't because you're still here with me. Okay, so why does normal blood sugar fool you? Here's the trap. When the lab judges your glucose, it judges it as one lonely number in isolation against a range. Below the line, normal. You pass. But your body doesn't read your blood sugar in isolation. Your blood flow doesn't care about one number on one morning. It cares about the whole metabolic picture, and a single glucose reading only shows you one corner of that picture. Let me give you the number that shows more of it. Researchers use something called the TYG index. Don't let the name scare you. TYG just stands for triglyceride glucose. It combines two things you almost certainly already have on an old blood test: your fasting blood sugar and your fasting triglycerides. Triglycerides are just the fat floating in your blood. When you put those two together, the TYG index becomes a simple, well-studied marker for something called insulin resistance, which is the engine underneath most quiet vessel damage. And research links a higher TYG to worse circulation and stiffer, less responsive blood vessels. Here's the kicker, the thing that fools everybody. You can have a normal blood sugar and a normal triglyceride number, two separate passes, two green lights, and when you combine them, the TYG quietly flips into the red. Two normals making one not normal. The single reading smiled at you while the combination was waving a flag. That's the whole illusion right there. Let me make it real with a worked example. Picture a man, call him a typical fellow at 63. His fasting blood sugar comes back at 98. The cutoff for normal is 100, so he's under it. Pass. Green light. His triglycerides come back at 160. Borderline, but his doctor's busy and doesn't circle it. Second pass. Two normals, two exhales. He goes home thinking he's fine. But put those two together into the TYG picture, and you get a man sitting in the elevated zone, the exact zone the research associates with insulin resistance, and the kind of vessel stiffness that strangles small vessel blood flow. He feels fine on paper. His circulation down there is already paying the bill. He has no idea, because nobody ever multiplied his two normals together. Now I want you to actually do something with me right now, because this is the part that sticks. Pause if you have to. Go find your most recent blood test, the paper one in a drawer, or pull it up on your patient portal. Go ahead, do this with me. Find two lines, fasting glucose and triglycerides. Just look at both of them at the same time. Don't judge either one alone. Ask yourself the question your lab never asks. Are both of these drifting toward their upper edges? Glucose creeping up near 100, triglycerides creeping past 150. Because if both are sneaking upward, you may be living in that elevated TYG zone, even though every single line on that page says normal. That's the canary singing. And the beautiful thing is you can do something about it. Quick word here, woven right in. While we're talking about supporting those vessels in that nitric oxide pathway, there's a natural blood flow support I personally like for this. I left it down in the description if you ever want to look into it. No pressure at all, it's just there. So what actually moves these numbers and protects your flow? A few plain, boring, powerful things. Movement is number one. A simple walk after your meals, even 10 or 15 minutes, can blunt the blood sugar spike that does the vessel damage, and it pushes triglycerides down over time. Honestly, I was skeptical that something as basic as walking could matter this much, but the research on post-meal walking is genuinely strong. Number two, cut the liquid sugar and the refined starch first, soda, juice, the bread basket, because those drive both numbers at once, glucose and triglycerides. Number three, strength. Muscle is where your body parks blood sugar, so even light resistance work makes you more insulin sensitive, which is exactly what lowers that TYG picture. And number four, sleep and stress, because both quietly raise blood sugar even when you're eating well. None of that is a cure, and I'd never promise you one. These things may help, they can support healthier circulation, and they're linked to better vascular health, but they work slowly and quietly, the same way the damage happened. And one more important thing, if you're on any medication for blood sugar, cholesterol, or blood pressure, do not stop it on your own or change it because of a YouTube video. Talk to your doctor. Bring them this idea instead. Ask them to look at your glucose and your triglycerides together, not one at a time. That single conversation puts you ahead of most men your age. So let me close the loop I opened at the start. The number your doctor circled isn't lying to you, but it's only showing you one corner of the room. The real signal, the one that tracks your blood flow and your firmness years before your heart ever speaks up, lives in the combination. Two normals can hide one very real problem, and now you know how to spot it on a page you already own. That's a kind of power most men never get. And like I mentioned, if you want to check out the blood flow support I use, it's down in the description. Totally optional. Take care of those small vessels because they take care of everything else. Go do your post-meal walk, go pull that old blood test, and remember, you are not stuck with the body you have today. You can support it starting now. This is general information to help you ask better questions, not medical advice. Take it to your doctor, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.